My name is Irene Concilia, and this is Book Talk. Let's begin with a series of books about heroic women. And although they come from different countries and different backgrounds, they all have one thing in common. They are all survivors. One such extraordinary young woman is Hwang Lee. I hope I said that correctly in Korean. She managed to elude the border guards in a harrowing escape from North Korea. Her memoir, published in 2015, is titled Girl with 7 Names. Ms. Lee writes about growing up in a loving, privileged household in the town of Haesan, separated from China only by the narrow Yalu River, which, when frozen over in winter, made it easy to get across. Her family enjoyed the highest status possible in a caste system based on a grandfather's patriotism during the founding of the state in 1948. Her father, as an officer in the Army, was often able to provide the family those extras that were seen as luxuries. And their proximity to China made smuggling a cottage industry in their household. So, the family did not suffer the privations common to most North Koreans. They never went hungry, never dressed in rags, never froze for lack of fuel in winter. She writes, "I lived in the greatest nation on earth and learned from early on the history of the Kim family and how they suffered for the benefit of the people." Portraits of their godlike leader hung in prominent places in the home and were meticulously cared for under threat of punishment, even if they got a little dusty. The leader's day of birth was venerated and celebrated as a national holiday. His likeness was shown great reverence, and worshipful songs of praise were sung by school children. Much time in school was devoted to patriotic lessons about North Korea's greatness. Nothing was taught about the outside world except that America, Japan, and South Korea were the enemies. At the age of 7, she witnessed her first public execution, and along with most people, believed that justice had been served. But then, in 1995, as foreign aid from the Soviet Union declined, a great famine struck North Korea, and with it came deprivation and death on a massive scale. It's believed that over 1 million people died of starvation, some of her extended family members included. The image of people collapsed and dying in the streets affect her still. This then became the turning point in Lee's life, a time when she began to question the very teachings that had been the foundation of her existence. The lights at night across the river in China always shimmered, while their electricity was spotty and prone to blackouts. Black marketeering was becoming too dangerous and bribes to guards too costly. How easy it would be to slip across the frozen river in the dark and make one's way to extended family in China, she thought. Without telling anyone, not even her mother, she outmaneuvered the border guards and made good her escape. Hwang was just 17 years old. She lived as an illegal alien in China for 10 years, assuming different identities to elude the police. She worked at numerous odd jobs to support herself and sent money back to family in Hwasan. And when the secret police in North Korea discovered this illegal cash flow, she returned to bring both her mother and brother to safety before their imminent arrest. Their subsequent escape is an amazing story of heroism and bravery as they made their way across the border through China, Laos, and South Korea. She has given a TED Talk on YouTube about this part of her life. Her book is an international bestseller with a 5-star rating. It is a powerful expose well-written, suspenseful. And most important, it lets us peek behind the bamboo curtain into the secret world of the Hermit Kingdom. And that's today's book talk. Remember, never judge a book by its movie. Until next time, I'm Irene Consilia.